1.8 million people packed the National Mall during President Obama's 2009 inauguration. This year, officials expect that number to decrease to 500,000. And I'm at the White House where Press Secretary Jay Carney just discussed President Obama's upcoming trip to the Middle East. In the U.S., a person dies by suicide every 15 minutes. A recent CNN International poll found that 53% of Americans now support same-sex marriage. Both the House and the Senate have agreed to make this bill a law. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu is not happy with President Obama's re-election. This October, the 48th head of the Charles Regatta will take place. A standing ovation, cheers and applause, welcomed Mayor Tom Menino into Faneuil Hall. Boston's mayor, who has run the city for 20 years, will not seek re-election.
I'm here with the people I love, to tell the city I love that I will leave the job that I love.
After being in the hospital for 8 weeks last year, the mayor said he could no longer keep up with his Menino schedule.
I miss it in every event. Spending so much time in the neighborhoods gives me energy. Being with our residents builds our trust. It may not be the only way to lead Boston, but it's the only way for me.
Menino is grateful for the chance to serve as mayor and proud to have changed Boston for the better.
Jobs, graduation rates, construction, and credit ratings are all at a record high.
Although he won't be running for a sixth term, Menino says,
I have 9 months left. Just think of what I could do in 9 months.
Menino expressed his love and devotion to the city.
Boston is the greatest city on earth. It gets better every day because of all of you.
Menino said that he wouldn't pick a successor, but
I just ask that you choose someone who loves this city as much as I do.
Reporting in Boston, I'm Enid Calo. Boston was in for a furry treat this past week. 5 golden retrievers were flown in from Chicago to help Boston with the healing process after the marathon explosion.
There's been a couple of things to kind of like help Boston come together, and a lot of them have been very somber, and it's very respectful, but when you see a bunch of golden retrievers lying out in the sun, it's kind of easy to kind of forget and just kind of focus on the dogs and kind of just think of like the better things in life.
The well-trained canine comfort dogs were stationed on the porch of First Lutheran Church, a half-mile from the Boston Marathon finish line. They drew in dozens of residents who needed comfort during a stressful time.
An important part of the healing process for people in any type of crisis is not just the people that were most directly affected by the bombings, but it's the surrounding people of those groups, people that know people, or just people who live in the city and have something like this happen.
The dogs' warmth and love brought Bostonians closer together and provided them with emotional support.
Something about petting a dog, and then the people sitting next to me, like I don't even know them, but just being able to talk about it with them has been really comforting, and it's like the dogs kind of enable us to all connect.
Comfort comes in many ways, and these service dogs are here to show Boston some relief. In Boston, I'm Enid Calo.
In America, 1,000 people are deported each day.
Illinois Congressman Luis Gutierrez wants that to change, and he wants it now. He attended Futuro Talks, an inaugural symposium about the struggle Latinos face with immigration.
250 American citizen children will be left without a mother or a dad today. 409,000 people were deported last year. And yet every year we unfortunately deport more and more people.
These statistics left the room silent. The silence continued when Gutierrez explained that last year, $18 billion were spent on immigration enforcement. Like Gutierrez, president of MALDEF, Thomas Saenz, is also fighting for Latinos trying to live the American dream.
We have to make sure that we have an immigration system that is fair before we end up with a situation at some point in the future where we're again deporting hundreds of thousands of peaceful, contributing immigrants.
71% of Latinos voted for President Obama, and a large number of those flooded the National Mall during the president's inauguration ceremony. They all seem to be on the same page about one thing.
Esperamos que haga la reforma migratoria este año.
Yo espero que nos ayuden a que sea un poquito.
It is believed that a so-called Gang of 8 in the Senate will soon be presenting a compromise immigration bill. John McCain from Arizona and New York's Chuck Schumer are a part of the contingent. In Washington, D.C., I'm Enid Calo for WEBN Boston. Good evening, I'm Enid Calo with your Eyewitness News Brief. In world news, a new pope has been elected. Argentine Jorge Bergoglio has chosen the name Pope Francis. Kayla, breaking news, it has just been announced that President Barack Obama won the 6 electoral votes in the state of Iowa. Gomez supports the path to citizenship for immigrants who illegally entered the country, as well as same-sex marriage.